Welcome back. Today we're going to start delving into some more of the post-game. Not too much, just enough to whet your appetite. But first, wanton murder. It kind of does look like a wonton now that I think about it. Earlier I was thinking about Mexican, now I kind of want Chinese. And he disappears in a puff of obsolescence. And now that I think about it, he was floating silently in the exact same way that bricks don't. Oh, this stream of consciousness. My headache is just making me think really weird things. Just as a reminder, unless you know what you're doing or you're very lucky, I would strongly suggest having a crossbow before you leave this room. Unfortunately, while magic has been surprising me quite a bit in this run, it's still not enough to one-shot the things that you really want to one-shot. By the time you get into the third playthrough, that's probably no longer going to become a problem. Just showing you what I've got. No, I'm not. I'm just going to show you that that's what happens with level 4. If you get level 3 or level 2 or level 1, area of effect goes up, but the damage. For some reason, equipping the Wakizashi kind of makes me think of if this were to ever get its well-deserved and long-delayed sequel. It would be kind of nice if there was a benefit of being in just regular mode and then immediately switching to battle mode when you want to actually do damage. Kind of like a Ieto strike or something like that. And again, it would boost and it would go into the risk-reward type idea of wandering around unarmed and running the risk of getting your head shit in. Another reminder, this guy's immune to degenerate. He is susceptible to lead bones, but he's also susceptible to curse. So, that's what he gets. Dan Ryler. Except for the fact that I missed, but not like that's a big deal. The only reason I left this bit in is because this still hand for some reason just didn't want to do anything. Normally they cast some sort of buff on themselves or do something. Again, this Lich is just like all the other ones, except it just has a boss flag and a flag, whatever, that triggers teleportation. So he's incredibly squishy. One of the things that really, with playing the post game, you are going to see a lot of Egress change. And it's really going to be infuriating that you can't do anything with it. You get one equipment slot, and that's it. So we're back in the Undercity. Just going to do a very quick delve into a new area. We won't be able to accomplish much with it until the Temple of Kilta. But it is nice to stir things up a little bit. Especially with probably the second or third most interesting random encounter of the game. This is the escape way. There's not really much to describe of what is either being escaped from or where it escapes to. It's, for the most part, just a dead end. And what isn't a dead end is not much better than one. At least in terms of egress. And if you layer up the maps one on top of the other, this could either be an escape shaft from the abandoned mines, or possibly something that leads from the cathedral to the sanctum. Something like the papal emergency exit, the Paseo de Bajoro in Vatican City. So here we have two bosses, Murid and Ifrit, together at last. Kind of interesting that they went for the polar opposites of fire and ice, where the data logs say that Murid and Dao were the ones that actually collaborated in something, so I take that back. I'm perfectly fine without having to deal with Dao in a larger run. So for the most part, they keep to their own sides. They don't really gang up on you. But then again, since they just sling magic back and forth, they're not really going to crowd you too much. Don't need that anymore. However, I have need for his. Now you can't escape me. Aside from chain evasion. One of these days I should actually let him cast Acid Flow and see if that does damage and inflicts poison or something. Today is not that day, though. It'll be when I do the no magic run. Much like the limestone quarry, there's just a whole bunch of elementals floating around here. No Shadow one for some reason, though. Also, enjoy how dark this room is. You're going to be wishing for something this bright soon. Silver Double Blade, I thought may have had some uses, but unfortunately it doesn't. I was kind of hoping to be able to make a silver halberd, but without doing some intermediary work. Hagane and silver combined to make Hagane, so let's just clean up our inventory by combining things into better things. We're back in the point where we'll eventually be fighting Tiger and Nisa. The reason why I'm keeping this part in rather than jump cutting like crazy is this guy drops something very nice, which I eventually get sooner or later in normal playthroughs, but instant death. Coward. And he's actually quite smart enough to know that he should not teleport right into my face and get stabbed. He's going to just lurk off the corner and wait until I can get into the area of effect. Granted, it's not going to accomplish anything and save him at all. It's going to still take him down, but he got me in a good mood. So I'm merely going to carve him to pieces rather than try and cast death on him. Yeah, not my greatest moment, to say the least. Unlike last time, Nisa knows the hell to get away from me. Since I'm geared out to attack her effectively, and he actually generated me, he's not going to be really that good of a target quite yet. And all she wants to do is just jump up and down, and forget that break arts are affected by terrain. I was just thinking, hey, let's just get rid of the instant death spell. I mean, it's never gonna work, right? 100% chance to murder this guy. What the hell? Well, I'm definitely not gonna take that chance laying down. I'm gonna have to try and see just what is susceptible to instant death, even though it's costly like all other magic spells. It might have its uses. So weird. I never really have seen him cast Fireball before. It was always constantly, time and time again, Aqua Blast. So before we head to the limestone quarry, let's wrap up another little tangent to lead to the end game of New Game Plus. I wonder what would happen if I were to target the farther knight, and I know that the attack would actually collide with a nearer one. I just wonder where the damage would go. If it would just default to the body, to the head, or some other center of mass. Remember this from the first game? Couldn't do anything about it. Now we can. Leads to another part of the snowfly forest. Say hello to Damascus crab. Such a mouthful. Especially since it's not going to be around too much longer, I can't really just keep calling it Damascus crab over and over and over and over and over again. Damascus crab, Damascus crab, Damascus crab. No, I should call it something shorter. But I just can't think of what right now. Haven't had crab in a while either. Oh well, huzzah and all that. So before leaving, there's a treasure chest in the corner. Either way that you go will lead to that previous little room between here and the door. Just depends on what side the door it leads to. I just realized that in the event that an enemy somehow is immune to analyze but susceptible to banish, you can figure out their hit points. I don't know if that's actually going to apply at all anywhere, but that's there. I really wish I could have his hat. Oh well, I've got an Urshanka. I can't complain about goofy hats and my lack of other types of goofy hats. So let's go through the limestone quarry boss rules right now. And while I'm jump cutting around and down here, remember that there are a set of branching paths up ahead. I'll be capturing both of them and going for 100% map completion this time around. But if you really want to, just cut down, go straight, turn left, snag the treasure room, and just get out of here. And with this, I will have maxed out the avalanche spell. Dear, I've got obscenely high risk. Whatever will I do? I'll somehow ignore the evasion and just kill him anyway. Yeah, the paladin rank seems to outlive its welcome. Another Agalis chain that, you know, don't need any more of those. Really don't. Snow Dragon kind of reminds me of the Tauntaun from Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. Someday I'll remember to actually put something useful on my defense chain ability. Apparently in the code there were, at some point, bad elixirs or rotten wines that would actually drop your stats, but I guess they decided it was just a little bit too cruel. Besides, you could always just save scum it out. And that's what you get when you go against a giant stick and you're just too slow to use your own. Anyway, with this we'll have picked up the silver key, and next time we'll pave the way to finish off the bonus dungeon. Get the gold key, and so on. Before I end the video, I want to bring up something else. As I mentioned, I was kind of interested in the fact that it seems like the map was pretty well planned out, at least in the beginning of the game. The images that you're seeing I found on a Polish Square Enix fan site, link in the description and in the video as well. These are the affected maps, as once I show as they are on the website, I'm going to do a little bit of editing, stack them one on top of the other, and show that where I'm kind of thinking that the escape way led. As I said, it could either be a mine shaft emergency exit or something for when there were religious disagreements. Also nice in that it shows where keys are, where treasure chests are, and where timed doors are. Anyway, this is the ground level area, transitioning into the Undercity. then to the escape way. And here are the abandoned mines, where there's several spots where it could have been connected to. And finally to the sanctum. Again, a little bit of overlap so that it could have been an escape to either way. See you next time.